Sue Aikens first rose to fame after starring on the National Geographic survival reality show Life Below Zero. Millions of viewers around the world tuned in each week to witness her incredible journey in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Years after her sudden rise to popularity, people began to wonder what really happened to Sue Aikens. The show, Life Below Zero, follows a group of 7 individuals as they battle to survive in the dangerous and remote Alaskan wilderness, both above and below the Arctic Circle. While some live alone, others are supported by their families, navigating a brutal environment where survival is never guaranteed. Sue Aikens lives alone at the Kavik River Camp, located a few miles from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The camp is so isolated that its address must be given in latitude and longitude coordinates. The population of the area? Just one, Sue herself. Sue became a fan favorite for her big personality, fierce independence, and incredible survival skills. Throughout her time on the show, she faced extreme weather conditions and even dangerous encounters with wild animals. Her journey in the wild began in childhood when she moved to Alaska with her mother following her parents' divorce. When her mother eventually left without notice, Sue was abandoned in the Alaskan wilderness. A local resident gave her a gun and told her that if she wanted to survive, she had to learn to hunt. This marked the beginning of a lifelong dream for Sue, to live alone in the wilderness. She has often stated that the life she leads on Life Below Zero is what truly warms her soul and that she needs extreme isolation to be happy. However, her experience on the show was not without controversy. In 2017, Sue made headlines when she filed a lawsuit against the producers of Life Below Zero. She alleged that they forced her to perform dangerous stunts to capture compelling footage and that one producer in particular intimidated and verbally abused her and other crew members. According to the lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court, Sue claimed she was ordered to overload her snowmobile, which resulted in an accident and serious injuries. Despite her condition, she said she was made to wait for medical attention, all to ensure the show got the shot it wanted. She also claimed that the show portrayed her unfairly, painting her as perpetually inebriated and unstable to boost ratings. Bound by a strict BBC contract, Sue said she felt pressured to comply despite her concerns. The case ended in a major victory for Sue Aikens when a jury awarded her $28 million in damages. This outcome was a huge win for Sue and a landmark moment for reality TV stars, sending a strong message that networks can and should be held accountable for how they treat and portray their talent. Many fans rallied behind Sue, showing their continued support for the woman who braved the wild and stood up for her rights. Fans of Life Below Zero often say that Sue Aikens is the heart of the show. Many believe the series would have lost much of its appeal without her, arguing that the person responsible for keeping a program engaging should be treated with respect. Despite her lawsuit against the show's producers, there was no lasting conflict between Sue Aikens and National Geographic, and she has continued to appear on the show. Most of us will never face the harsh realities the cast endures, endless sub-zero temperatures and constant threats from wild animals, but Sue chooses this life for the isolation it provides. She has faced tremendous danger firsthand, including a life-threatening encounter with a grizzly bear in 2007. That year, Sue found herself in a terrifying fight for survival when a male grizzly, angered by her presence near carcasses he had buried, attacked her. Sue explained that the bear was attempting an alpha push to assert dominance. While she was collecting water and had temporarily set her weapon down, the bear ambushed her from a riverbank. It dragged her toward the tundra, biting her head and tossing her around. Despite suffering dislocated hip joints, she managed to shoot the bear and escape. Unable to reach anyone via her communication system, she endured alone for nearly 2 weeks before being found and receiving medical help. She made a full recovery, but the physical and emotional scars remain. Before her rise to fame, Sue Aikens lived a complex personal life that she rarely discusses publicly. What is known is that she has been married 3 times. Her first marriage occurred in the early 1980s, but it ended in tragedy when her husband died from brain injuries a few years later. They had no children. In 1987, she married Eddie James, a barber she met in Portland, Oregon. They were together for 17 years and had 3 children, 1 son and 2 daughters. Though they divorced in 2004, Sue remained close to Eddie until his death in 2009. Reflecting on her past relationships, Sue once joked to actress Melissa McCarthy that she felt like a black widow, having outlived 2 husbands. Her third marriage ended not in death but in heartbreak when her husband admitted to having an affair with a younger woman. Sue filed for divorce, and he later married the woman he had been seeing. Although she hasn't remarried since, Sue found love again and got engaged to Michael Heinrich in 2021. Despite the personal hardships and dangerous life she leads, Sue Aikens continues to persevere with resilience and determination. Sue Aikens' journey to fame was not without its setbacks and struggles. Before her breakout role on Life Below Zero, she appeared on other reality shows focused on Alaskan life, including Sarah Palin's Alaska and Flying Wild Alaska in the early 2010s. However, these appearances did not bring her the same level of recognition and, in fact, ended up doing more harm than good. In 2013, she filed a lawsuit against the Discovery Channel over her time on Flying Wild Alaska, claiming she was underpaid and exploited. Sue alleged that she was asked to perform dangerous stunts solely to capture exciting footage and was compensated far less than what stars of similar status were making, often $500,000 for doing significantly less. She argued that the way the network portrayed her also hurt her ability to earn a living beyond the show. By 2016, she reached a settlement with the Discovery Channel but decided not to continue with them afterward. Despite the challenges, her time with Discovery opened new doors. It was through these shows that the producers of Life Below Zero first noticed her and thought she would be a perfect fit for their new series. They reached out while she was still filming Flying Wild Alaska, and once her time with Discovery ended, she began her journey with National Geographic. Although her new role brought her into the homes of millions of viewers, the financial rewards were still modest. She reportedly earned just $4,000 per episode, even as she became the show's most recognized face. Other cast members earned even less. Alongside her professional journey, Sue Aikens also underwent a dramatic personal transformation: her weight loss. Over the years, fans noted a stark change in her appearance, almost as if the Sue who first appeared on Life Below Zero and the one seen a decade later were entirely different people. She never shied away from discussing her weight. In a 2014 Reddit "Ask Me Anything," she humorously described herself as a 50-year-old fat chick. But in a later interview with The Survivist, she revealed that it was in 2018 when she made a serious commitment to losing weight. She explained that, after enough time had passed since her injuries, she felt ready to adopt a healthier lifestyle. Due to limited mobility in some parts of her body, she had to adapt her exercise routines, but she persisted. Rather than using machines to ease her physical workload, she chose to complete tasks by hand, showcasing incredible grit. As the show continued, viewers saw her steadily transform, shedding pounds and reshaping her image. She even referred to her former self as the chunky little monkey. Within just 1 year, Sue Aikens had undergone an impressive and inspiring weight loss journey. The reason behind Sue Aikens' remarkable weight loss journey went beyond simply having more time on her hands. It stemmed from a desire to improve her health and longevity. At the age of 57, she expressed her intent to get in better shape as she approached her 60s, aiming to make daily activities easier as she aged. Sue made her goal public by posting on Instagram, humorously acknowledging her transformation. "It is no secret that I am a cute little monkey," she wrote. "However, you'll see that I've shed a significant amount of weight this year." Her motivation was driven by a realistic understanding of the physical demands of her isolated life in the Alaskan wilderness. One vivid example of those challenges came during a 2016 episode of Life Below Zero, where Sue had a tense encounter with a dangerous predator. While going about her daily routine, she noticed tracks in the snow near her camp. Using her years of wilderness experience, she identified them as belonging to a wolverine, an aggressive and formidable animal. Kneeling by the tracks for a closer inspection, she realized the creature was larger than average. Candidly speaking to the camera, Sue said that only someone with a low intelligence level would try to confront a wolverine with a weak weapon like a .22 rifle. She quickly headed back to camp on her snowplow to retrieve her more powerful .30-30 rifle. As she loaded the ammunition, she mentioned feeling far more confident with the larger firearm and speculated that there could be more than one wolverine in the area. It wasn't her first run-in with the animal, which had been stalking her and causing problems around camp for some time. In that same episode, Sue gave viewers a brief history lesson about her home's name. She explained that Kavik is an Eskimo word for wolverine, a fitting name given how common the animals were when the area was first settled. Living in such an unforgiving environment, Sue has had to develop her own ways to predict and prepare for extreme weather. Though she has access to Wi-Fi and some modern technology, she doesn't rely on it, knowing how easily it can fail in remote Alaska. Instead, she uses her own low-tech methods, such as building a weather vane to determine wind direction and consulting a barometer to measure atmospheric pressure. Beyond these tools, Sue often relies on instinct and observation, skills honed through years of surviving in isolation. At the remote Kavik River camp, Sue Aikens relies on tools like the Fitzroy Storm Glass for weather updates, as she endures the harsh Alaskan wilderness. Day after day, she fends for herself, performing the essential tasks needed for survival: hunting, gathering, and managing the challenges that the unforgiving Arctic environment constantly throws at her. During the long, dark winters, sunlight lasts only a few hours, while the brief summer brings near constant daylight, making sleep difficult. Despite the cold, the Arctic winds in Kavik often exceed 60 miles per hour, turning even the simple act of walking into a serious challenge. Still, Kavik offers unique opportunities. Photographers and filmmakers regularly return, drawn by the camp's proximity to the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge and the potential for breathtaking shots. The camp provides a variety of services to adventurous visitors, although the attention from life below zero has made booking a stay increasingly difficult. While Sue once hosted up to 83 guests at a time, she later scaled down to accommodate only 12 to 20, usually filling up from June through September. Renting out the camp has been her primary income, but Sue's long-term goal has been to transform Kavik River Camp into the first all-green facility on the North Slope, a project she knows will take time and dedication. But the toughest moments in Sue's life haven't just come from the Arctic's biting cold. Off-screen, she has endured deep personal heartbreak. Sue was married 3 times, 2 of her husbands tragically passed away, and the third left her for a younger woman. Her emotional burdens grew heavier in 2023 when she shared news of more personal loss during season 21 of Life Below Zero. On the show, Sue paid tribute to her late sister and her beloved granddaughter, Drew McClurg. While the cause of Drew's passing wasn't publicly disclosed, viewers learned that she was only 19 years old at the time. Fans across various platforms responded with an outpouring of support, flooding Sue's Twitter with condolences and messages of encouragement. They praised her strength and resilience, both mental and physical, while commending her for the heartfelt tribute. Despite the immense trauma and grief, Sue Aikens continues to live the life she loves, one marked by solitude, survival, and raw authenticity. Her journey, full of both triumphs and tragedies, captivates millions and leaves many wondering, could they ever live a life so isolated and challenging? As fans continue to follow her story, one thing remains clear: Sue Aikens is a symbol of endurance and unmatched strength in the face of life's wildest extremes.